Hello, welcome to another episode of Explore and Draw. Today I am going a little bit further afield, still on the Lizard Peninsula, but I've just driven to Ruin Minor and parked up in one of the free car parks, or the only free car park. I've just walked along through the village and are now making my way down a track towards the sea. My aim today on the walk is to find the flowers, or what kind of flowers are coming up. I want to particularly draw some of the gorse, but then also just to see what other flowers are growing along the coastal paths and cliffs. Almost a little bit like a nature journal. I just want to record some of the plants that are in season at the moment. It's actually Holy Week this week, and it's Thursday, and the sun is shining, blue sky, but there is a bit of a cool wind, and I've got my hair loose at the moment, so it is blowing around a little bit. Hopefully it won't be too distracting. Everything looks really green at the moment as well. After the last few weeks of rain, everything has that really fresh green colour. I'm noticing a lot of new plant growth in the hedgerows. Also see a lot of nettles are growing, and I can smell some garlic, wild garlic. The path I'm walking on, the footpath, looks like it could actually support a vehicle. It's wide enough for a vehicle. Ooh. That was just right on call there. So yeah, there's a property that's I'm going past. I think that's the last property though on this path. And then it's beginning to become more like a dirt track. And there are puddles. So I did decide to put on my walking boots, which again I'm glad I did because it's muddy. So yeah, what I'm seeing, there's some three-cornered leeks or wild garlic. Start of growth for some umbellifers. Leaves on the branches of brambles, ivy, and then the gorse. And there's some blossom coming up on the blackthorn. Really nice whitish, grey, green, coming up to a gate. And you can see the sea. And it actually looks low tide at the moment, so you can see the beach, and you can see over to Kenwick Sands. Kenwick Sands is quite a popular place for locals and visitors. And we are now in the Easter holidays, so there'll be a few more people around this area at this time. I'll take a picture. Yeah, the track is getting a bit more muddy now. You can see tractor tyre marks. So this track is probably used by farmers. Either side is the hedgerow, and then I can see fields. Oh, this is a very boggy bit here. Just have to navigate. Oh. I'm now turned down a smaller track. This track definitely wouldn't fit a car. It might fit a bike, but not a bigger vehicle. It looks like a bridleway, so could also have horses coming down here. Probably cows as well, actually. On either side, you've got a lot of blackthorn and also holly and ivy. Oh, there's some dog violets. I've just spotted a little crop of them. It's nice to see. And there's some bumblebees as well, just drinking, taking nectar. Hi. Right. Now getting a glimpse of the sea through the trees. I really love to see the view of the sea. It's looking quite turquoise today, like a dark turquoise. It's very rocky here as well, so I've got slidey mud and rocks. Not a smooth path to walk down. And now I'm at a crossroads, well, a footpath crossroads, so I've got just walked down from Ruin Minor, it says half a mile, and now I've got a signpost that says to the right is Cadwyth, 3/4 of a mile, or Kennock Sands, 1¼ mile to the left. So I'm just going to go towards Cadwyth, and I'm going to go through the gate, Kissing Gate, and just walk along this path and this area, because there's lots of gorse and blackthorn here, and I thought actually this spot will probably be great to do some sketching. It's a lot more open here as well, and I can also see dog violets as well. Let's see if there's anything else growing. I also like this area because you can just go off the main footpath and walk, explore a bit further around, so you're not in the way of people, and you've got some lovely views around here. So I've just walked off the path towards the left, which is over towards the sea, so I've got a great view, and it's a big open space here, a bit like a field, but you are still right on the coast. And I can see actually there are a lot of buttercups or celandine, I think. It's little flowers, little yellow flowers, I think celandine, with some dog violets. And then there's some of the gorse, the yellow gorse, and then the blackthorn blossom. So I think that's enough to really get on with and sketch. I'm just going to walk just a little bit further over. So there's like these blackthorn bushes. They look like they're standing alone. They haven't all joined together. They're just quite sweet. And then there are, again, bits of the yellow gorse. I love how it contrasts with the blue of the sea in the background. So let's camp, set up here and do some sketching. I've got my stool again, which will be handy because it's wet, the ground, or damp. It is a little bit windy here. So I'm actually, again, drawing on top of some pre-painted pages. This time I've got greens as my pre-painted page. I'm using just watercolour or the ink tints to just do some yellow blobs at the moment. Interesting how it will turn out. Looks like a pattern at the moment. I've also got my purple out for the dog violets. I'm using a Tombow marker now just to bring out a bit more of the flower. I think maybe I might have drawn too many of these. I could have easily have just focused on one and then just looked at it a bit more. Might do that next time. Using a combination of Tombow markers just to get some grass texture. Now I'm going in with some luminance pencils and greens. Get a bit more detail. I don't know if you can hear that wind, but it is whistling. This kind of drawing, I'm not really, don't do that much. More of a big picture person. Sometimes I like going in details. I thought I'd do this drawing anyway today because I wanted to just see if I could do a bit more detail. I enjoy doing bigger landscapes and bigger picture things, but every now and again it's nice just to look a little bit closer at smaller details and notice these smaller things, like the petals the shapes of things. I also wanted to see how having a green background would help. I'm going to have to crouch down a bit to really look at the dog violets. They're so delicate. Maybe use an Inktense pencil just to outline. Go back to my Payne's Grey. Well, definitely different to what I normally do. Not sure about it, but what I'm going to do is contrast it with a view, the landscape on the other page, and then I'll include also the gorse. So I'm going to cover over the green a little bit. See if I can the sea again, it's changing colours. Turquoise, light green, navy. There's all sorts of colours in the sea. Just changes. See if I can get some of it. I'm just cutting in with the Neocolour. Oh, and I really want to get the little bushes, the blackthorn. See if I can pick those out. Maybe with the pen. Kind of brings them out. And see how they're shaped again by the wind. Hear the bees. They sound like a lawnmower. Again, a little bit of resistance from the Neocolour. So I'm kind of drawing on top with the pen. If I got my water brush out, I probably could loosen that up a bit so that I can draw a bit better on top. But this is all right. Gives me a more interesting textures. Again, there's so much information that I could probably try and capture here, but I'm just trying again to simplify. Just looking at what I see, looking at what's catching my attention, and then just trying to get that down. If there's too much catching my attention, I just generally try to squint, and then that eliminates some things. What I do want to do is see if I've got some white. Yes, I do. Got some white gouache. See if I can just capture some of the white blossom. It's not quite bright white, but it's, if I just dilute it a bit, then it will be the colour that I want. Again, the more time you spend looking, the more you start seeing. Just starts opening up more stuff. I think, oh yeah, that's what I want there. Just adding yellow Neocolour crayon. That will go over what I've done so far. Wow, I've just pulled out a jade green and popped it on the sea, and it just suddenly has popped out, the sea has. Wow. That's really brought it out, that sea. Also using, I think it's a lime green. That also pops things out. Okay, so I've now got a double page with landscape on one and then a close-up of the plants or flowers on the other. I'm not really happy with the flowers. I think I need to spend probably a bit more time on them, but looks all right. It will do. It's a start. I'm wondering though, actually, if I just go round them with a bit more pen, just to bring them out a bit. I think that's what the issue is. The wind is really blowing on the back of my head now. Okay, what I've done is just ramped up the contrast. I think that's really helped, given it a lot more life. Put in lots of grass texture, strokes, and then the flowers are detailed in pen. I think it's though less of a study, just more of a quick sketch really. I think when the weather is maybe a little bit calmer and it's not so windy, I can maybe get down on my hands and knees and really look at the flowers. But this is just like a quick capture of what's in the grass, what's growing, and then I've got a nice view on the other side describing where they are. So I think I'm done with that. I really love the colour of the sea. I think it's a good depiction of springtime in April. And actually, I think it does capture the wind as well. Just the marks I've been making captures the way that the wind has been blowing today. So I'm going to make my way back now. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Explore and Draw. I think it's going to rain. I can feel some drops coming. Better get a move on. Yep, it's raining. April showers, May flowers. I'll speak to you again on another episode.